Interesting. The Raiders have not been this interesting in a long time. Fernando Mendoza against that really good Texans defense. We'll have it right here on ESPN a little less than 12 hours from now. What's the plan for Mendoza?
Well, he got more reps with the ones this week, Greeny. And what that is about is that the Raiders are simultaneously resting the veteran Kirk Cousins and getting more experience for their number one overall pick, Fernando Mendoza. But the plan is still to have Kirk Cousins be the opening day starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. That's still the plan.
The right plan or the wrong plan, Jordan?
I think it's the right plan, but that plan is starting to shift. The more we see Fernando Mendoza, the more I am impressed with his ability to process. And when you're a young quarterback, the one thing that can stunt your growth and the one concern you have is if you play too early and your eyes don't know where they should go next. That's when Sam Darnold started to see ghosts, right? Because when you aren't looking at a certain thing, you see everything. You start to see things that aren't there. Fernando Mendoza did a great job of processing quickly. The ball came out quickly. His eyes moved through reads rapidly to the right place. Like, I saw a guy that is way ahead of schedule, and they're asking him to do things that he hasn't done before in college. If he continues to do this, that time lane is going to continue to bump up for Fernando.
All right, I'm going to go on and get Tim on that a little later, but I got to fly through a few more of these. For on the Texans side of this, Shefty, the news is terrible. I feel like we get this every single year with injured receivers, and now it's Jaden Higgins.
Tore his ACL on Tuesday at practice. He's going to be out for the year. He was running as their number 2 wide receiver. Very difficult to lose a receiver in late August and think that you can come up with another one to just go replace him. Very difficult blow for Jaden Higgins. Very difficult blow for the Texans offense. Just another awful injury in what has been a summer of more of them than usual.
Tim Hasselbeck on a team that has a Super Bowl caliber defense. Of that, there is no question. And a quarterback who comes in with a burden, based upon his performance of last year in the playoffs. This, I guess, has to be the last thing he needed.
Last thing he needs, because, Granny, you're right, it's Super Bowl caliber defense, and there probably is not a quarterback under more pressure to perform than C.J. Stroud. After his rookie season, people kind of anointing him as this, next franchise quarterback that you're going to build things around, and he's just gone the other direction since that point. So, look, if he doesn't, I don't believe, if he doesn't have the best statistical year of his career, and if they're not winning a postseason game, I think there are going to be serious concerns about whether or not he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's a tough spot to be in, and a lot of pressure on Stroud's shoulders.
No question about it. There have been so many injuries there in the skill position players. This was exactly what they did not need. Next up is Foxborough. We took you there live yesterday morning because the Eagles and Patriots doing their joint practices, and that means all eyes were on that man, A.J. Brown. That's the headline as he practiced against his former team. Our Sal Paolantonio, who again was with us yesterday and will join us later this morning, got a one-on-one with Brown, who talked about the relationships that he does and does not maintain.
I will always have love for Philly, regardless of if I'm liked or hated. It's love, We won a Super Bowl together. I'll never forget that. I love my fellow teammates. I still talk to them. It's love, man.
Talk to Jalen?
Not him, but a lot of guys. But I'm sure we'll probably catch up at some time this week.
Why the laughter there?
Well,
Shefty?
it's just it's an amazing question, and it's an amazing answer.
He goes, not him.
Yeah, it's just like, wow. And by the way, if you're A.J. Brown, it's a tough spot. Sal asked the right question. How else are you going to answer? You just say.
That's why Sal is the best, because Sal can do that, and not everyone. Trust me, if you've never been in a position to ask that question, it's not comfortable, but he had to do it, and he did it exactly right, and he got the look. AJ's being honest.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Who's laughing? You say Tim Hasselbeck is laughing. Tim, you're laughing.
Well, the quick response of okay, not him, like that, like everyone else is cool.
I get it. So I'm torn. Help me make up my mind how I should feel about this. Because there's a part of me, maybe it's the talk show host part of me, that says, wow, that's a fascinating story. These two guys won a Super Bowl together. There was all this talk about their relationship and blah, blah, blah. And then there's another part of me that says, when did we get here in sports? When did we all of a sudden...
You love this.
I kind of love it, but at the same time, they were teammates. It's pretty evident they didn't see eye to eye. Doesn't mean that they want to beat each other up. It just means they don't particularly like each other for whatever reason. That's life. And he's gone on with his life. We haven't talked. It's all good. Which side of this should I be on?
To me, we kind of knew.
Yeah.
Everybody sensed that there was an issue. And
Right.
it's the reason that A.J. Brown is playing for the New England Patriots today. And the reason that the Patriots wide receivers are going to be as strong as they've been in any recent season, and why the Eagles have an absence to try to make up for this year because of that relationship that A.J. Brown was very honest about.
I think this was just like the stamp of confirmation, though. I think there was always that gray area. Well, you know, are we blowing it a little out of proportion? Was the relationship that bad? Was that a reason that the chemistry and the offense wasn't clicking? Yeah. It was. I think we know that now. I think that's further confirmation, because if that was the narrative and that wasn't the case behind closed doors, Jalen would have reached out at some point. They would have had some conversations. They don't need to be best friends. We don't need them to be best friends and talk all the time. But there would have been something, and A.J. Brown could have said, oh, yeah, we've talked.
Tim.
Not the case.
Yeah, I think that why you care about it is when you see, you know, a quarterback receiver combination have success, you have to think like, look, there's got to be some appreciation for the guy. Like if we found out that, you know, Peyton Manning and Dallas Clark, we were like, nah, I don't talk to him anymore. Tom Brady and Wes Welker's like, nah, I don't care that much for him. Like that would mean something, because you're like, wait a second, Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham aren't cool? Like, wait, what happened? Why is that the case? I think that's why it's interesting.
Right. No, I'm not questioning why it's interesting. I'm just saying I feel like there was a time when we wouldn't have cared. Like, if you told me Donovan McNabb and T.O. aren't friends today, that wouldn't surprise me, right? Based upon the history there, this doesn't surprise me. I mean, Sal confirmed it. I'm not knocking the... I guess what I'm saying is my inclination when this got sent to me yesterday was lead worthy, we lead with this, top story, big deal. I understand all of that. Like that, there's a part of me, but then there's another part of me that says, boy, we've really in sports become a little bit into the whole, like it feels a little like Hollywoody, right?
Reality
like,
TV-ish.
A little bit, right? Am I totally off base with this? You're looking at me very skeptically.
No.
Should we go back to Pete Alonso's home run?
Yeah, let's go. It's much easier talking about the technology that baseball is missing than what went wrong with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. I just think this has always been a part of sports. We're always into Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
They didn't get along,
That's
right?
true.
Like,
That's
it's
right.
always been the case
There
in
just
sports.
wasn't a show like this then that talked about it all the time. Okay, cancel everything I just said. It obviously is interesting and important.
Right.
Does it mean anything? What will it mean for Tim? The acquisition of A.J. Brown as we've talked about this from the Philadelphia side ad nauseum. Will the acquisition of A.J. Brown be the piece that was missing for New England that puts them over the top?
I don't know that it puts them over the top, but I think it makes life way easier for Drake May. I mean, way easier. I think the addition, for a quarterback that's already ascending and, is going, in my mind, going to be one of the best players in the league. I think it's absolutely significant. And I think why you end up looking at it and saying, well, wait a second, A.J. Brown wasn't traded for performance reasons. It probably was personality and relationship reasons, and the big benefactor is New England and Drake May.
All right, we will get Sal live a little later as those teams continue to work today. Meanwhile, coming up, the Cowboys reloaded this offseason. The rookie Caleb Downs is turning heads. Adam Schefter was talking about it on his podcast. You have to hear the comparisons he's doing. Plus, is Arch Manning the best quarterback in the country, or will he be overshadowed by another star signal caller? We've got an all-quarterback panel ready to break it down, as we're already